Okay, here we are back again. We're going to go over some of the lighting. It's changed since the previous video. I think I've got it pretty well sorted out now to be a little bit more of the Euro style. As we can see, this is kind of the way it is in North America. We have the inner and outer side flashing along with what we would normally assume to be the turn signal. So that's kind of the factory. So to make things a little bit easier, we'll compare the right to the left, and here we can see with just the actual indicator itself flashing. So we compare there to the right hand side where everything is flashing to the left hand side where we just have the turn signal portion itself. Here we can see with the light turns on, just the bottom portion there flashing on the left, and our North American version with everything flashing on the right. You can see here with the hazards on quite easily what the difference between the two sides are. Now I understand this might be a little bit difficult to make out, but here we have just the parking lights on, obviously with the headlights, or with the rear fog light switch activated. So we have our rear fog lights on each side there. Now, it's not quite as clear as I certainly would have liked, but if you take a look at the difference between the last shot and this one, you'll see that on the left-hand side, the fog light is on and the outer lights around it are actually on as part of the brake. As on the right-hand side, the way they do it from factory, you actually have the fog light on, but the lights are still at the parking light type level. And obviously with the brakes now, you can see that there's a lower portion on the right hand side of the car, which would have been the turn signal, but on the left hand side it isn't illuminated, so you actually just get the kind of that round triangle-y type shape activated. So to kind of wrap this up, I've put on the four-way flashers or the hazard lights. Now you can see on the right hand side we have our typical North American setup where pretty well all the lights are flashing, and on the left hand side we just have the turn signal itself. So I think that looks a little bit cleaner, it's a little bit nicer. The different changes between here and the Euro, are kind of subtle but nice. A few things that we can certainly do with the North American cars that the Europeans can't. We have side markers on the rear lights. Now we can actually activate those side markers as either turn signals, fog lights, brake lights. We can actually alter them and change them for a little bit more of a customized look. So that's it for now. So from David from AudiEnthusiast.com, there's our light change. Now just remember, this isn't something that you can go ahead and do yourself at the moment because I haven't released the coding. You'll need that to get into module 46. So in time, I'll probably let that slip out to the rest of the world, but for the time being, there's still a little bit of research going on. So stay tuned.